been some dirt, digging. It could be animal sign, but it drew my eye to it. And then straight across there you've got that, there's a big green square that stands out that isn't natural to this environment. And it looks like it's a NATO shovel cover.
That just goes to show you that you can know what you're looking for, but not necessarily 100% success in trying to defeat it. Just watch out for that. I don't think there's any need to pick that up, because if that thing's set up as a pressure switch, we've already found one booby trap. If he buried another one, we don't need it, all right? Let's not disturb it anymore. We don't want to get anybody hurt.
Booby trap! As I pushed into it, you could just feel the pin click. Not too impressed about that. I'm usually a bit more sharper than that.
Basically, if that had been for real, we'd have been snookered. If it had been me, you, Kenny, any of us ever gone down there with fragmentation to the legs, would have had to be carried out.
He'd have achieved his aim, wouldn't he? He'd have stopped
his aim, he'd have stopped
chasing him.
Dead.
That's the thing that's ideal. And especially in an environment like this, it just slows people up so quickly. Now we're going to be aware every time we come across anything that we find this, if it's booby trapped or not. So it's still holding this up in terms of picking up the chase.
0, this is Hotel 40, over.
Hello, Hotel 40, this is 0, over.
Adversary has picked up cache. We encountered booby traps. Team OK, over.
You are to move to a helicopter pickup at grid 387497. You will receive further tasking from that helicopter crew at that location. Over.
0, this is Hotel 40, out.
So what I've just done is get the Hunter Force to move to a helicopter pickup point, which will be inserting them into an observation post. The observation post is looking at one of Chris's possible pickup points. So Chris has left his lying up point and made his way up, and he's now reached the coast. He's obviously made the decision here that he's going to take the high-risk strategy up the coastline rather than go into this really marshy, low jungle between the lagoon and the Platino River that's really slow going here.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop.
Okay, stand by. 3 minutes to drop zone.
Yeah, I've been here 15 minutes and there's a lot of activity in the air. There's a spotter plane out now, flying around, and a helicopter, and the helicopter keeps hovering. You'll probably be able to hear them. That, in fact, the chopper's coming right over the top of me. So that was the Hunter Force in the heli there now. So they're out. They're onto my area now, right around here. And the helicopter keeps hovering around my pickup point, which I don't know if that's already being blown. So all I need is one pass, and they'll definitely have me. I'll get in here and just keep tucked into the side along this mangrove and water.
Stand by, guys. Come on in. One mark. One line. Clear to go. Yeah, right. 0 1.
Making reasonable progress up onto this, towards this peninsula. There's clouds building up behind me, and it looks like it could be going to rain, which would be a blessing. It kills a lot of noise, and the visibility goes down dramatically. And obviously, it helps on the cooling effect on my body.
We've just heard from the Hunter Force. They've been dropped in the wrong place on the heli abseil, and where they are, they're up to their chests in water, so we're going to have to get them out. The actual point that they should have been put in was here where the arrow is. In fact, they've been put into this marshy area about 1,200 metres south. So what I'm going to get the helicopter to do is to go back and get them out.
The helicopter has to hover just above the ground to retrieve the Hunter Force, who are more exhausted than anybody had realised.
Chris is now making his way up the side of the lagoon, and we can see his waypoints as he moves up. These are really close together, and it just indicates how slow it is for him taking this route.
It's absolutely knackering. It's I'm finding areas where I'm going down to my anchors. I just got to get out of here. I'm not making any headway at all. I want to freaking puke.
Done some interesting stuff in some exciting places, and that was one of them. I knew that was when we hit the ground I was underwater, so at least it was a soft landing.
We get dropped off in the middle of a swamp. It was up to my waist, but I didn't even have my ruck on yet.
The minute we put his kit on, we started walking. We were right up to his waist. We were just pulling each other out. We couldn't move anyway.
We couldn't even get the rucks on our shoulders. We were up into our shoulders at some of the guys, and we made the call at that point. Look, we've gotten this far. We know where we are on the map, and there's 1,500 meters around us of swamp.
And there was no way we could move, so we recalled the helicopter.
So come get us, put us in some dry ground. Priority is get this gear dried out because the radio's in there and it's semi-waterproof, and it's already flooded out. So it's get this gear dry and get comms back working again.
The extreme heat and humidity are taking their toll on everyone, but Kenny Taylor is suffering most.
I'm beat. Yeah, combination of probably dehydration and just run down, cutting through the jungle. Right now, my feet, I don't have trench foot, but they're getting there. I have immersion foot. My feet are in pain, and they look like they've been in a bathtub for 48 hours.
Foxtrot 10, can you confirm my pickup for tonight?
0. Your pickup tonight
Has been cancelled. The pickup point has been compromised, and your pickup will be delayed by 36 hours. Roger so far, over.
Roger that.
we have arranged for a local boat with driver to pick you
Up at that location. He will take you closer to the pickup point, place to be designated by you, over.
Foxtrot 10 out.
That's fine. I'm just going to put an intravenous line into him, fluid line, to give him some more fluids, because he is obviously quite dehydrated. And what Kenny's succumbed to is a little bit of heat exhaustion. He's got quite a fast pulse, he feels dizzy, he feels a bit nauseous, he had some muscular cramps through salt depletion earlier on today. So we've just pulled him in here, put him into a hammock, covered him with cold water, and we're going to keep him here for about 10 to 15 minutes to try and bring his body core temperature down.
I was just extremely hot, and I was constantly drinking fluids. I mean, I couldn't have taken any more in. So that's what was kind of confusing me, and my feet were just killing me.
This was a very common problem in the First World War for soldiers in the trenches, and it was aptly named trench foot. This needs drying, it needs cleaning. He's probably going to need some analgesia, some painkillers because of the pain from it. And we'll get them powdered, we'll get them dry, we'll get some clean socks on them, and hopefully in the next 48 hours, you know, the pain should dissipate and he should be able to walk on them again.
Right, what we're doing with Chris is we're arranging for a boat pickup from where he is now to get him closer to his pickup point. Bearing in mind in the scenario, this is a previously friendly country, so there would be a network of people who were sympathetic to the cause, so it's entirely possible that this sort of thing could be done.
It's always a risk as well, using local agents. You never know if they've been compromised and they're actually like a double agent where they're going to sell you out. But I've had no choice. There's no way I could get into the pickup by tomorrow morning, so I've got to trust these guys to get me to a drop-off so I can actually walk into the pickup.
Everybody's feeling a lot better today. And we got to rest up, dry our stuff out from our bodies to our equipment, everything. So everybody's up and ready to go, so we're back at it.
We've just picked up our first positional beacon then from the Hunter Force, and we can see that they've just left the base here and are heading out across the lagoon. Now they're making the assumption that Chris is going for a boat pickup on the coast. So they're making their way across to this side of the lagoon, and they're going to speak to some of the people in the villages around here and just try and gain a bit of local knowledge.
I guess we're getting out.
So what we got going now, we're going to go ahead. We're a little bit north of the village of Baleen. There's a local radio station set up here. We have to go find it because we've been given intel that tells us a local has some information on the possible whereabouts of the person that we're tracking. So we're going to make our way over there and see what information we can gather at this time.
The new pickup's on a beach. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, which ain't good. It should be really first light, just light breaking, and then getting on board. The fact that I've got to hang around in the mangrove near to the beach for 3 hours, there's a high risk of being compromised.
So these are Chris's positional beacons this morning, and you can see that he's heading from his light point here out into the lagoon, and then as we swing round we can see that he's entered the mangrove channel and he's making his way up towards where it enters the Platano River, and this is actually where he's reached now. Bearing in mind this is his pickup point here on the coast, just between the mouth of the Platano River and the mangrove channel down here.
We're going to meet one of the locals. He's believed to have some information and possibly the whereabouts of Chris or some actions that he's taken. Most of the local intelligence that we've been given by the indigenous population has been pretty good. So it's a lead that we've got, so we're going to follow it up.
Buenos días.
I'm just now in a mangrove channel now, moving through. What I've decided to do, I'm going to drop down onto the main river. I've still got 24 hours to wait before my pickup, so I don't want to be sitting around the area near the beach, and it's a thin strip of mangrove swamp, and I know it's heavily populated. I think I'll be better off getting dropped off further down into the jungle and then walking up through. There'll be less chance of compromise doing that rather than sitting around there.
Hi. Nick.
Hi. Mino.
Mino, Ken.
Hi.
Safe? Safe?
Yeah?
It's okay in here.
What's happened here is one of the other villagers have seen somebody dressed like us carrying a weapon within their vicinity, and we're trying to get as much information from him, which direction he's been moving in, what's he carrying,